Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone, PSA reveal video time here. This was an 8-card order, all modern cards. It was sent in at the value level, which is $25 a card. I could have waited and gotten more cards in the order and then sent it in at the bulk level and gotten at $19 a card, but these were cards I felt like sending in at the time, so $25 per card. It took about 2 months or so to come back door to door, and this has a $499 maximum declared value. A few of these cards are sort of pushing that limit, but I did not get upcharged on any of them. But yeah, so you can see the predictions I have. There were 8 cards. I predicted 9 or 10 on most of them, with 2 exceptions. I predicted an 8 or 9, and I'll go over all the financials at the end as well, so you can see how I did and what sort of additional value I've added by sending these cards to PSA, and in theory will ultimately be putting in my pocket. And I want to say, sort of as an interesting side note, I've done a bunch of reveal videos from PSA over the years, maybe I don't know 20 let's say, and there's always a few PSA hater comments. PSA is a scam, horribly run company, they don't care about their customers and all this, and I've noticed a major uptick in those sort of comments lately. The last few reveal videos just have a lot more of those than usual. I don't know really what to make of that, but I did find it interesting, and I don't know if it's like a loud minority type of thing, or if that's is the general sentiment of the hobby as a whole. Certainly the numbers don't say that that's the sentiment of the hobby as a whole. PSA is as strong as ever, and their market share does not seem to be, their market share is as dominant as it's ever been, and they don't seem to be declining. But I just found it interesting that there are a lot more of those sort of comments than before. But on to the cards. So there were 8 cards in the order. 1 card I want for my PC, 2 cards that are sort of going to be long-term investment cards, and then 5 cards that I'll sell right off the bat. And first card here is the PC card. Ripken, Cal Ripken was my guy for anyone new to the channel. It's a 2000 Fleer Tradition, 3000 hit club Cal Ripken. And this is a very rare variation, as it has a bat relic and a jersey relic on it. There's lots of variations to this card, but this is one of the very rare ones. And 2000, that's one of the first years where they had, jerseys and relics on it. Now, I had predicted 8 or 9 on this card, and it came back a 5. I could not figure this out. It has some slight centering issues, which is why I didn't think I had a chance at a 10, but 5 did not make sense to me at all. And, I generally expect 1 or 2 just sort of puzzlers in every PSA order now, and that one is definitely the puzzler of this order. Next card, 2000 Crown Royale Tom Brady rookie, and this is a parallel. I think it's called Rookie 499 Parallel. That's actually the title of the card, but it's serial numbered out of 499. And being a die-cut card, it's going to be condition sensitive, so an 8's actually a solid grade. I'd predicted 8 or 9. It did not have a chance at a 10 because it had some slight chipping along at the back, but it got an 8. Yeah, that 8's fair. I was hoping for the 9, but 8 was certainly fair. Another Cal Ripken from 2022 Diamond Icons autograph. This is a Canary parallel, and it's serial numbered out of 10. Ripken's my guy, but I don't collect any Ripken past when he retired. He retired in 2001, so I don't collect Ripken past 2001. I only collect cards during his playing days. Again, serial numbered out of 10. And this card got an 8, and I'd predicted 9 or 10, so not off to a very good start here. Again, I couldn't really decipher why this would have gotten an 8, but I just didn't see anything wrong with it. Card looked perfect to me, looked centered, everything. I didn't see anything, but it got an 8. So, yeah, not off to a very good start, like I just said. But getting back on track a little bit here, 2022 Topps Brooklyn Collection autograph. It's a platinum parallel, and it's a 1 of 1, or it's the 1 of 1. Mariano Rivera rookie Mariano Rivera autograph. And it's got a 10. I'd put 9 or 10 on the sheet. Yeah, this card looked absolutely perfect to me. Now, this is, not a card where a 10 is going to make a huge jump in value. There's other cards where a 10 will do a lot more, but still obviously nice to get a 10 on the Mariano Rivera 101 auto. And here's another 101 really cool card here. 2021 Topps Gold Label framed dual auto, Cal Ripken Jr. and Eddie Murray. Ripken, my boy, but again, this is, 20 years after he retired, so not a card that would go into my PC, but this got a 9, and a 9 is on a card like this, a 9 is not gonna really make much of a difference. Yeah, gonna essentially be a break even getting a 9 on that. You're really looking for a 10 in order to sort of add any value to sort of like a modern day 101 card like that. Aaron Donald, 2014 Bowman Chrome xfractor autograph rookie. It's got a 9, and so Aaron Donald's a player I feel has sort of decent long-term potential, sort of the best defensive player of his generation, and I tend to hold on to his key rookies and higher grade, have a long-term hold box, which this will be going into. Serial numbered out of 10. Bowman Chrome, xfractor auto, rookie out of 10. Would have loved it if that had gotten a 10, but got a 9. Still a nice grade for such a rare card. And here's the other Aaron Donald, same set, different parallel. Bowman Chrome, blue refractor rookie auto. This one's serial numbered out of 199, and also got a 9. I would have loved a 10 on one of these, but especially the xfractor. But yeah, 2 nice Aaron Donald cards. Like I said, I'll be holding on to both of these for now, and hopefully, I'm not sure if he's having a good season this year or not. Hopefully he is. I should probably check that, but hopefully he continues to have an amazing career moving forward here. And last card here, 2021 Select Signature Prism Joe Burrow. This got a 9. This card's serial numbered out of 49. This is actually a second-year card of Burrow, but yeah, serial numbered out of 49. And yeah, nice Prism auto of Burrow. Obviously, Burrow got hurt all season, did not have much of a season, so his cards dropped in value significantly. But I sent it in before he got injured, and that's just going to happen now and then when you're dealing with modern cards of modern players. But those are the 8 cards. The Ripken in the lower left is the one PC card I'm going to have. The 2 Aaron Donalds are ones I'm going to hold on to as sort of long-term investments, and the other 5 will be put up for sale. It looks like I got 1 card on the high end of my estimate, 5 on the low end of my estimate, and 2 cards actually came back lower than the estimated grade. All right, so let's run through the financials on each of these 8 cards, and a lot of these cards are really, really pretty rare or have very low pop counts, so 2 of them are 101, so a lot of these numbers I'm sort of guessing on as there aren't really great comps for them. But first, the Ripken, I'm going to guess it's about a $100 card. Raw, there weren't any comps for it in any grade. And in a PSA 5, I'm going to say it's still $100. Now, normally you would rather have a raw copy of a modern card than a PSA 5, but this is sort of an exception because it's only been graded 2 times by PSA. My copy in the 5, and then there's a copy graded a 6. So you can't really do much better than this if you want the card graded, and I wanted it graded. So I'm down $25 in theory here, but this is a card I wanted in the holder anyway, so I almost shouldn't even factor that in. But the Tom Brady is about a $500 card raw, and in a PSA 8, it goes for about $600. No, normally, again, a PSA 8 would not add value to a modern card, but this is it's a 23-year-old card, and it's condition sensitive to begin with because of the die cut. So the PSA 8 definitely is beneficial over the raw copy, and added about $75 after you factor in the grading fee. And just to sort of hammer that point home, it's a pop 21 as a PSA 8, and there are only 15 higher, 12 9s and 3 10s. So there's more 8s than 9s and 10s combined. That's not standard for a modern card. Usually there'd be more 9s and 10s by far than 8s, but again, because of the condition-sensitive nature, and that's why getting an 8 on a card like this does still add value. This Ripken really needed a 10 here to add any value. It's about a $100 card raw, and I don't know, maybe in the PSA 8 holder it'll still fetch the 100. So I'm out the grading fee. It's the only copy ever graded by PSA, but unlike the previous Ripken, the one I'm keeping, the pop count on this card doesn't really matter. This is sort of like a random autograph. He's got hundreds of autographs from 2022 and 2021 and 2023 and 2020, and this is sort of one of many. So the low pop count's not going to be significant for collectors, whereas the previous one, the one I'm keeping, he doesn't have very many jerseys and relic cards from his playing days. He actually has very, very few. So there's a lot sort of less cards you could swap and still get the desired collectability from, if that makes any sense. Whereas this card, there's hundreds of cards you could swap out and get the same sort of Ripken auto. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but yeah, down $25 grading fee here. The Mariano Rivera, just guessing on numbers here, I would guess it would get about 150 raw, and as a PSA 10, maybe 300, so added $125 there. The Ripken Murray dual card is basically a break even. Again, guessing these numbers as it's a 1 of 1. Yeah, I think probably in a PSA 9, it adds $25, which covers my grading fee, so break even on that card. The 2 Aaron Donalds, and since I'm going to be holding on to these for a while, the present day numbers don't really, matter that much to me personally, but for the sake of the exercise here, the blue refractor getting a 9 added about $25, so basically a break even, covering the grading fees. And it's a pop 18 with 17 higher as a PSA 9. And remember the Tom Brady earlier, there were more 8s than 9s and 10s combined. Well, with this card, there's no 8s, and then there's some 9s and 10s are basically equal, but it's still a nice card. Now, Bowman Chrome's not as high a high demand a product in football as it is in baseball, but still a nice blue refractor auto rookie. Now it's slightly different with the xfractor. This card's numbered out of 10, so there's a much more sort of premium rookie of his, I would say. I'm completely guessing numbers here. Roughly a $400 raw value, $600 maybe as a PSA 9. I'm gonna, like I said, hold on to that for a while. Now look at the pop count on it. It's a pop 3 with none higher, so there are no 10s that exist, and this is one of only 3 9s that have exist. Actually, one of only 3 copies to ever be graded by PSA, and they were all given 9s. And the Joe Burrow, about a $400 card raw as a PSA 9 is probably more like $500. Now this was I'm using some sales from a little while ago, so this probably has come down. Probably would sell for less than this now that he's with his injury. But yeah, for the sake of this video, we're gonna say it added $75. The Burrow is a pop 5 with 2 higher for whatever that is worth. And so in total, if you add all that up, it basically added $400 in value by sending these cards to PSA. And these numbers again are all estimated, and as many of you have correctly pointed out in previous videos, this doesn't factor in some other things like seller fees and other minor expenses like insurance and etc. So understand that, but this is still probably a pretty reasonable estimate as to how I did on the order. Now I would not call this a great order. Like the grades I got were not great for sure, and definitely was hoping for better. So to me that's sort of a sign that even on a bad order I'm still well up. So I think that's a good sign, if you will. But appreciate everyone watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you all again next time. Thanks everyone.